right, so you just saw a demonstration on today's topic, the table of time, using some diddle rudiments, specifically the single paradiddle, the double paradiddle, and the triple paradiddle. Now, before you go any further, I'd recommend, if you have not yet done this, go to the description in the links in the description below and grab those PDFs. They're free, and those are going to be your practice tools. That way you're not trying to remember or guess in your mind what it was that we covered in this video. You can have them in front of you at all times. And so there's 2 PDFs there regarding the table of time, and then also some PDFs if you struggle with, or you're just not familiar yet with how to read drum notation. So I have that there for you as well. Okay, also this video is more of a foundational video on table of time. So if you're a more advanced drummer, you may be already familiar with the topics you saw just demonstrated. So we're playing the table of time, which also, if you don't know what that means, I did a video on the introduction to the table of time using single strokes. And so click the link above. You can learn about the table of time there. So once you're familiar with the table of time, now you can start to use different stickings other than just single strokes like we did in the first video. What I did today, as you saw demonstrated, was I picked a slow tempo and I played the single paradiddle as 16th notes, and then I tried to seamlessly go into the double paradiddle, playing that as 16th note triplets, and then I tried to seamlessly go from the double paradiddle into the triple paradiddle, which I was playing as 32nd notes. So if you connect it to the table of time, the single paradiddle was groups of 4, the double paradiddle was groups of 6, and the triple paradiddle was groups of 8. This is just another way of strengthening your inner clock, meaning your ability to really understand the pulse, the meter that you're playing in, whether that be just jamming by yourself, jamming with other musicians, or playing a song. But also you're strengthening your ability to maintain a tempo for an extended period of time. Those are some benefits of the table of time, but another one of the benefits is improving your hand technique, improving your stamina and endurance. But to me, the coolest thing about the table of time is expanding your creativity on the instrument. So the first video, we centered around playing different subdivisions of notes in the table of time using single strokes, which is amazing. That's like the most common sticking. But today I thought, why not grab a different rudiment, but a really common one, and that's the diddle family. Paradiddles are used often because it's a combination of singles and doubles. The single, double, and triple paradiddle, I think they don't always get thought of. Like a lot of times, the single paradiddle will get thought of a lot, but a lot of times the double and the triple kind of maybe just shoved aside as just rudiments and never thinking of how to incorporate those. So I think for me, one of the doorways into bringing some of those other rudiments, those other diddle rudiments into my playing was when I started to kind of adapt them into the table of time. So just like we did in our first table of time video, take it super slow. If you need to freestyle at first, meaning don't use a metronome, if you need to just get a feel for playing the single paradiddle as 16ths and then thinking of the double paradiddle as 16th triplets and then thinking of the triple paradiddle as 32nd notes, that's totally cool. Once you've got the hang of kind of the sticking and the flow of it, then pick a slow tempo with your metronome and gradually increase. The reason I recommend playing slow is because the 16th note triplet double paradiddles and the 32nd note triple paradiddles may be really challenging if you pick a fast pulse. So if you pick a fast BPM for your single paradiddle, and maybe you're like, well, I could play comfortably single paradiddles at 120 beats per minute. Hey, that's awesome. But if you can't play the double paradiddle as 16th note triplets at 120 beats per minute, that would defeat the purpose of this exercise. So pick something comfortable for the double paradiddle and the triple paradiddle as the subdivisions we're using. So remember, 16th notes, then 16th note triplets, and then 32nd notes. And this is just one example. There's a million different types of things you could do with the table of time. But this was, I think, a nice kind of part 2, so to speak, to the first time we talked about the table of time. So if you have any questions, please drop a comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions there. If a follow-up video is needed, I'm also more than happy to do that. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, I'd be so grateful if you did any and all of the YouTube things, because that helps, liking the video, subscribing to the channel, sharing the video with others. All of that interaction from you helps me reach new aspiring drummers, and that's what my goal is here with this channel, is to reach people and drum students who maybe don't have the means of taking private lessons. So if I could be a somewhat reasonable substitute for an in-person lesson, then that's what I hope to achieve, and you can help me get there. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a very blessed day.